Hey everyone, welcome to today's medical reality show, where we uncover the mysterious veil of the hospital's budget-friendly operating. The hospital's leadership realized, why bother with all the fancy medical gear for just an inspection? This left Jia Young in quite the pickle. Old Bai, after 5 years as a military medic, is here to show off his green surgery methods, DIY medicine. He asked for a pair of gloves and grabbed a piece of banana cloth larger than the wound to cover the heart. Talk about an ace up his sleeve. The cardiac director was baffled, an unseen trick yet effective. Who wouldn't find it amazing? Jia Young's blood pressure was slightly up, everyone sighed in relief, but Old Bai said, "I'll need to start my next dance in 10 minutes. He started peeling heart membrane wider than his gloves to stitch the wound. A heart magician indeed. Young Zai curiously asked, "What about the gloves inside?" Old Bai smiled mysteriously and said he had a plan to borrow an endoscope. Fat Uncle dashed forward, quick, open the door. "I need to borrow an endoscope." After 4 eyes, Old Bai was using the endoscope to retrieve glove pieces. A real medical Barbie show. The surgery was a success, and Fat Uncle dropped his knees. If I had uncovered Old Bai's black history 4 hours ago, Jia Young might not be here. Old Bai jumped right in. "What did you find that made you brave enough to stab me in the back during the meeting?" With no choice, Fat Uncle said, "I arranged a meeting with a friend a week ago, and he spilled the beans on Old Bai. Rumor has it that Old Bai was snatched by a mysterious organization after assisting in Syria and sent to Afghanistan for secret missions, saving lives and taking names. Old Bai never imagined his secrets would surface within 3 months of joining National Medical University. A call from his apprentice Yang Jai, and boom. The news crew showed up. Recently, there was a major traffic accident in Seoul, and Old Bai saved a brother and sister. The reporter asked Old Bai, why become a surgeon? He wanted to seize the moment to vent, but then the phone rang, and the reporter said, "Hello, we're live." Yet he vaguely heard on the other end, "This is bad." The reporters kept firing questions, and the noise grew louder. Old Bai couldn't hear a thing on the line. He knew he had to wrap up the interview fast and dash to the ER, ready to face the music. The broadcasted live footage spread like wildfire, and eager netizens launched a Ghost of Old Bai trend. Young Zai was completely unaware of this fact. He was merely examining his master's surgical cases when he stumbled upon the revelation that the glove using hemostasis method had actually been attempted before. A paper traced back to an organization called Black Wing. It seemed that tattoo looked familiar. Could it possibly be that this paper was indeed published by a master himself? A foreign-armed group, Black Wing. Ha, the dean was over the moon. Old Bai's reputation was ruined, and the dean was contemplating his dismissal from the board. But he thought twice. Old Bai was backed by Minister Jian. Firing him outright might rub the higher-ups the wrong way. Just then, the dean's trusted assistant chimed in, "Don't worry, boss. The pit is ready. Once Old Bai steps in, he's done for." The hospital's black alert sounded, indicating that a major disaster had struck Seoul. The entire hospital erupted in chaos. A massive pile-up on the Soyun Bridge left countless casualties. A tourist bus trying to dodge a crash plummeted off the bridge, and the ambulances were all geared up. Old Bai dragged Young Zai onto the helicopter, preparing to rush to the scene and save the world. The news quickly reached the dean's office, and he lost it right on the spot. Old Bai jumped in to save people. The expenses could wait, but there would definitely be critical patients all over the place. If he could save them, maybe they could cover up next year's government subsidies. The rescue helicopter landed swiftly. Old Bai looked down, and it was already a scene from hell. The chopper's whirring blades couldn't drown out the heart-wrenching cries of the severely injured. Once the aircraft steadied, Old Bai quickly laid out a rescue plan, starting with sorting the patients, identifying those who needed urgent care while giving basic treatment to the lightly injured, giving up on the hopeless cases and focusing on those who could be saved. Soon, he spotted a little girl who was shielded by her brother, who had only minor injuries. She pleaded with Old Bai, "Please save my brother." After calming her down, he turned to a critical patient. One patient had a steel pipe through his abdomen and needed surgery fast. Old Bai handed the little girl to Young Zai and stayed behind to categorize. Young Zai felt anxious. This was her first time as the lead surgeon. What a big test. The rescue team managed to pull a teenager out of the rubble in a critical condition, and his internal organs were possibly damaged as well, while the echoes of the girl's cries continued to reverberate in his ears. "You have to save my brother." The rescue captain reminded Old Bai, "The National Medical University said we can't take more patients." Listening to the girl's cries, Old Bai thought it over and dialed again. He asked Fat Uncle to prepare for a critical case, which left Fat Uncle in a bit of a bind. He hadn't wielded a scalpel in ages, yet here he was, compelled to face the challenge and take up his duty.